everybody and welcome to today's video. Now, did I wake up this morning on a Saturday in 3 degrees of temperature, look outside and think, do you know what, I'm going to sort the rest of the leaks today. No, absolutely not. But then it's got to about 3 o'clock and I looked at myself in the mirror and I thought, no, people need to know. So I'm out here fixing the rest of the leaks on the daily, on the diesel. Now if you want to know how we first got all the stuff out so we can find the leaks or the interior, and the ones that we've already covered, one on that side near the vent, and then there's another one that we did near the light, in the light. Go and watch the part 1 of this video, which will be linked somewhere around me as well. Today what we're going to do is the one that I've been most commonly told about. Now I know about this place, I've stated I know about this place, but I'll get 2 or 3 comments, messages a day saying you need to try and sort it in this place, this area, which is the 2 points where the roof rails pretty much finish where the guttering is. It wears down and you get some cracks there on the roof, so I'm going to show you how to get to them and what I've got to try and fix it as well. Now you're going to want the boot open so you can get to this point here. I made a mistake with the Type R where this rail can actually slide, this plastic trim piece, and I slid it forward and it broke this end cap, and that's now glued in place. So remove these end caps first with a trim tool, which is what I'm going to do now, and then you're going to be able to move this out of the way so you can see inside. It's coming. Right, do not do what I just did. That comes open as far as it goes and it stays like that, and then you can pop up the trims on the roof, and then this will pop up and out because you've moved the catch out of the way. When it's back on, you push that in and then it locks it in place. This doesn't come all the way out, so let me just see if I can, yes, you can knock that back in and out now. It just slides. Oh, it does kind of come all the way out, but you don't need it all the way out, you just need it out a bit so that it lifts off. Oh, there is a lot of crap down here. So what I would suggest you do when you're lifting this up, sorry my nose is dripping because it's that cold, clean all of the inside of this guttering as well to make sure there's no build-ups or anything like that, and you can get on with that piece afterwards. Now what I've done to be extra thorough, I'm sorry about the wind guys, but I've taken this whole strip off of here now, so you can see down this gutter. So you can see there, that's where it's been building up, but if you look further down, oh, that's just a stick that I'm using to get all these grimy bits out. But look at all this build up down here. And then you've got these coloured points here, which I'm not going to take out, or if I do, I'm going to do it one by one, so I know where they are. But this, the rail slides onto this, which fits under here, but I've noticed you can tilt it at an angle, and that actually comes out as well. So I'll take that off, and then we'll put it back, put that back on, slide the rail back down it, fit it into these coloured joints, and then pop it back onto those pop-in sections up there. But you can just see how much rubbish is building up in these, so I'm going to get rid of that first. Okay, so I was actually wrong again about the release. If you see underneath that it hooks around that end there, so what you actually need to do is release it on this centre section and then pull it up so that it unhooks out of its point by going towards the front of the car, and then it'll lift up. Don't do what I did, pulling that out. That's not what you need to do. Now they're all clean, those points where I'm going to be using the sealant. Well, the one I'm going to be using, it's called Technical. It's basically an epoxy putty, so it comes in 2 parts. So you'll have one bit which reacts with the other that you'll have to mix together, and then they'll pretty much start hardening, and you've got about 10 minutes of movement before it starts setting. Let's get one side unwrapped. This foil makes it really difficult. Okay, so you're meant to use and then mix it all up. So we'll get a small amount first. Feel. Probably been better if I'd have just ripped some off. Right, and then you knead them both together until they're at a point where they should be about the same colour, and then it'll be ready to use. Get a bit sticky now. That's what you want though, you want that tackiness so that it does what it needs to do. Right, I think that's as close as we're going to get. Let's go and use it quickly. It says to usually make the area rough, but it's already rough where we're doing it because it's all chipped away paint, so I'm just going to try and make it a bit long first, because you need to be able to push it all the way down into the cracks. Wow, that's really tacky. Might have got a bit too much, but we don't want it bulging out, because then we can't shut the roof, shut the boot. What I'll do after as well is I'll touch this up with some red paint. I think I really need to go and wash my hands. Okay, so they're both in place now. I did a bit of a better job on this side, not using as much in that gap there, and then smoothed it out on top as well. It does close as well. It takes about 45 minutes to have its strength and 12 hours to properly cure. So what I'm going to do, make sure it's not tacky anymore, we'll put the roof strips back on, shut the boot, make sure none of it's catching, and then we'll wait until tomorrow, and if it chucks it down tonight, we'll know for a fact whether it's leaking or not, because it'll come in. If not, what I'm going to do is I'm going to get the hose pipe and I'm going to have it going onto the car somehow, trying to, well, I might just cover it and then get inside quickly, but have everything closed and see if I can see where it's coming through. But we'll wait until tomorrow to find out what that's going to be like. In the meantime, I just wanted to talk to you a little bit about this torch that I was using in the previous video. It's an LED work torch made by Civic, which I trust the brand because it's the same brand as the jack that I use on the car. Now I'm not a big fan of like big bulky work lights, so I've always been trying to like find one that's a decent price and that's small and flexible to use. I got this one off Amazon for like, what, £30–35, that kind of mark. And this piece comes out, let's try and just do it with one hand, where you've got your light there, and it also twists if you want to do it at a different angle. And there's no like trying to fiddle with cold hands with your button trying to take it on and off, because it's got like this dial here where you can flip it. Yeah, so that changes your brightness. That's really, really bright. You can also spin it all the way around if you want to, and have it on that flat side there facing out. Plus you have got a button on top that shines out of the bottom there, or it's also like a more precise directional one where you pull that out and it comes out of the end there. It's just that there's a little cut out hole, so if you want to just use it as a torch and hold it like that, it comes out of the bottom bit there. Plus that's magnetised, and that both those back bits are magnetised, so you can just chuck it on something metal like under your bonnet and it's pretty much bang on. Plus if you don't want to use magnets, you've also got like a little flick up, nearly swore, didn't I? Hook if you just want to hang it like a traditional work light. Plus it's USB rechargeable, so that's even cooler. But yeah, I only wanted to share that because I've always found it difficult trying to find like an affordable work light that's really, really decent. So if you're looking for one, that's a good one that I've found. It's not like a sponsored thing, I just thought it'd be useful for other people, and I really enjoy using it. I'll pop a link in the description if you do like this light, if you want to go and have a look at it. It's the Sealy LED 180. Like I said, I got it off Amazon, so I'll pop you a link down below. Right, so it's the next morning. It did rain as well, don't look at that like a pill, last night. And there were a bit of condensation on the inside, but I think that's because we were working on the car yesterday with this open for so long. There were a bit of condensation on the inside, but I think that's just because we were working on the car with the boot open for so long. But there's no extra pools of water, nothing running anywhere. So even though, yeah, it's pretty ugly having that there at the minute, and I am going to put some touch up on that so that it is red, but the main thing is function, and it is functioning exactly how we need it to, and that water's just running straight past it and not going into here anymore. Now, so what I'm going to do, I don't want to count my chickens before they hatch. I'm going to get a hose pipe and run it over the car so we can see if anything comes through. But one other place as well I would say to check is in here where your fuel filler cap is. You can get a lot of gunk that all gangs up in here, and there's meant to be a hole in here where any moisture can just fall through, and obviously with all this here there's nothing to release that. So I'm going to clean this out first and then we'll do the test. So I'm just running the Type R because I haven't actually turned it over for a while, so getting it a run and getting some condensation from inside all evaporated, because obviously I haven't done what we've done with that to this yet, but at least now we know how to do it. I just want to show you because it's easier to access on this side. I've just cleaned this one out as well. That's your little hole there at the bottom that gets rid of all your drainage. Both of the cars, they were clogged up big lumps of mud, and I wiped the mud and it was just a blocked hole. So yeah, definitely keep an eye on that. One thing I'd definitely suggest. It might be in kink. if we have a look, there's no pools on the floor that have turned up anywhere. Nothing dripping onto here like there was before. Nothing dripping around that corner. Nothing dripping around that corner. Nothing running down on the insides of the glass. I think we might have done it. I think we might have stopped the cursed leak of the 8th gen in this car. If so, I am absolutely ecstatic about that. You can actually use the separate compartment in these. The useful extra second compartment that nobody uses because it always fills with water. Now you can. What I'll do is I'll leave the video here. By the time I've edited this video, I should have all of this interior back in, and it'll be in a few days, and it's inevitably going to rain. So get to the end of the video and it's still wet, then I'll let you know. If not, it's a win. Right, so it is now Friday, the following weekend, so that's what we're just starting now, and it has been absolutely bang on the whole time. I had a bit of condensation at the start of the week, and what I did whilst it was still cold, I wiped with microfiber cloth and got all the condensation out, so that then when he did the like heat cycle again and warming up, took the parcel shelf out as well, so all the boot could get as hot as the rest of the car, and it has been perfect. To say how perfect it's been, when we had a really bad snow day midweek, and I was like shoveling all the snow off, got it all off before work, and all of the inside of the car was absolutely clear, no mist, no nothing. Perfect. So it's obviously worked, and I've also touched up them bits as well, as you can see here, that they're the same colour as the car now. Like I said, when you look really close it does look a bit rough, but nobody noticed that unless you told them it was there, basically. So yeah, we finally fixed it, and I hope that this has motivated you and helped you to have a look yourself and see if you can find where your leaks are coming from, because more than likely 9 times out of 10 it's going to be from the places that I've already mentioned, and now you know how to identify them and to stop them. So yeah, that concludes this episode 2 of the fixing of the leaks. If you have enjoyed it and you have found it helpful, please like and subscribe to the channel and click the little bell button so it reminds you when a fresh video does come on. I've got all my social medias like Facebook page and Instagram page down in the description if you want to see about anything that's going off before these videos come on, because if you were following those you'd have known this were coming. And there's also the link to my Twitch, because who doesn't like a little bit of downtime playing some games when you're not trying to sort a boot leak out in the middle of winter. Oh, and the link for the torch is down there as well, don't forget that if you fancy that torch to see the one I mentioned. So I'll catch you in the next one, guys, and like I always say, enjoy the rest of your day. Bye.